Okay, hello everybody. Today we are dealing with a few different storm systems that are coming in on the deep south, but there will be some severe possibilities for Oklahoma, a tiny bit of Kansas, and even Texas as well. I want to go over. Right now I'm on the the ECMWF model, and it's going to go over the jet stream. We have this storm system right here, currently going into California and Arizona. And as this goes east, it won't do too much, but it will kind of give some storms for Oklahoma, Texas. And as this goes off to the east, it kind of weakens out, but we see this much larger storm coming through, and this will give Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas a higher chance for storms, but as it continues off to the east, it does give the deep south the expected tornado outbreak we are currently anticipating. I do think we could see several strong tornadoes Monday through Tuesday, and some maybe some hail. Currently, maybe the biggest we could see is golf balls and some damaging wind gusts that could be up to 80 miles per hour. It's still too far out to 100% determine all of this. We'll keep a very close eye on it. But as this moves on, we do see this other system come out into Friday, and it could may give more storm chances out here for Oklahoma, Texas, and as it continues off to the east, it'll continue to give the deep south possibly some severe weather. And then we have this massive ridge here that pushes the jet stream all the way up, and we could see warming temperatures down here. But as that moves on, we could see another storm system. But anything beyond this point is just extremely, we shouldn't 100% determine anything. Let's go to temperatures. Right now, as of now, where I live, it's 3:05 p.m. Currently, there's some upper 40s, and actually, this is gonna be probably not gonna be a good one. Anyways, go off into let's go. Yes, Sunday. On the peak of Sunday, we will probably see some. We'll start seeing some low to mid 70s and low 60s in Texas, going into Oklahoma, but we'll start to see some warming temperatures in the deep south as well. But as this goes off into Monday, we will start to see some warmer temperatures in Oklahoma and Texas. And Monday night going into Tuesday morning is when we'll see the highest severe threat for Oklahoma, Texas, maybe parts of Kansas and Southwest Missouri as well. But the deep south is the main concern, especially in the Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi corridor down in this general area. And then as this storm continues, it'll continue to warm up the Gulf states as it pulls up moisture. It'll warm the air, but as we continue on, the temperatures will continue to just go up and down, fluctuate back and forth. But we'll see a general uptick from 50s all the way up to 70s. Going into dew points, currently really dry dew points, really low dew points. But as we go into Sunday, we start to see a surge of moisture upwards going into early Monday as well. This will help spark at least a little bit of severe weather, especially down here on the Texas Oklahoma border. But that's where the highest tornado threat will be for Sunday. But we will see some severe weather as far north as southwest Kansas. But as this storm continues, off to the east, it brings up a lot more moisture into Monday and Tuesday morning. But as this, notice how much moisture we have. We'll be seeing upper 70s to low 60s in Oklahoma, which will help some winter storm modes as the system goes by. But as it goes eastward, it continues to pull up moisture. But notice how high the moisture is in Louisiana and southern Arkansas. That's where the highest severe threat will be. I think will be. And as it continues into Mississippi, dew points will remain in the low to mid 60s. going into Wednesday as well. But as this continues onward, moisture goes down just a little bit, which should help bring down the severe weather just down just a little bit. We do have one, two, three areas of anticipated severe weather we are currently watching. Let's go into here now. Going into future radar precipitation type. Going into Sunday, we see some storms pop up over here in northwest Texas and southwest Oklahoma, but as this continues off to the east, they should become more elevated as they go to central Oklahoma and north Texas. And as that part of the system moves on, we start to see more storms fire off in southern Kansas all the way down to north Texas. And in here, we should see a bit of a linear storm mode firing, but there still might be a few little cracks in the system in central Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, and northern Oklahoma. This is where the highest chance for a KLCS or embedded tornado, along with damaging winds 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts, will be the highest anticipated for Oklahoma. But as it continues moving east, those storms will become way more organized and go into a more favorable environment where they'll start to become more linear and even bow out a little, which will create the possibility for some really damaging winds and KLCS tornadoes. But what we're really keeping an eye on for is isolated cells ahead of the main line, which will give that threat for strong and maybe even long track tornadoes. But as the system moves off to the east, it'll create more severe weather on the eastern coast. Currently, this weather model isn't showing that as bad, but we will still have to keep an eye on that. I do think we could see a couple isolated tornadoes, damaging winds 60 to 70 mile per hour, and maybe some very small hail. Then, as this exits the country, we will see another couple systems come out eventually. Now, going over to the National Weather, the Storm Prediction Center. This is for March 2nd, which is tomorrow. We have this level 1 marginal risk. It's very low, but it ranges from just west of the Wichita Falls area up through western Oklahoma and the eastern Texas Panhandle into northwest Oklahoma and southwest Kansas. The highest tornado threat will be down here in this kind of small corridor area between Oklahoma and Texas. It is a 2% risk, so we could see an isolated tornado or two in that green spot. Wind and hail are pretty much in the same area. We could see 60 mile per hour wind gusts in that brown area from that same marginal corridor. Same with hail, we could see quarter size hail. But that's about it. But as these storms do move east, they could remain strong, but they will be more elevated storms. So we could see more just general rain and thunderstorms as those continue going east. But going into Monday, we have this massive marginal risk going from central Texas all the way up to southeast Kansas. That does include a majority of Oklahoma and central to northeast and parts of east Oklahoma. In that area, I do think we could see a few isolated tornadoes. This will be the highest chance for isolated tornadoes, anyways, damaging winds 60 to 65 miles per hour because they will be a bit more linear and they will be stronger than Sunday storms. Hail won't be as much of a risk, but we could still maybe see some very small hail out of this. But the biggest tornado day, the biggest severe day, will be out here on Monday, or sorry, Tuesday, not Monday, Tuesday. We could see some significant severe weather as far west as eastern Oklahoma, all the way down to even Dallas in the Waco, Texas areas in that 15% risk. But as these storms go east, they will get stronger, and the strongest severe weather threat is this orange 30% risk, ranging from North Louisiana into eastern Mississippi, all the way out to far southeastern Missouri. I do think if there will be a much more anticipated area, I think it will be down here in this uh, northeast Louisiana, going into Mississippi and southeast Arkansas. I do think that's where we'll see the most violent severe weather. Violent tornadoes are obviously not unheard of, but I think if we do continue seeing the storm system to get stronger, it wouldn't shock me if we see a couple long track violent tornadoes down here as well. But going into Wednesday, we see this 15% risk going from southeast Georgia all the way up to pretty much south and southern New Jersey, all the way and down here in Maryland as well. Pretty much from the Baltimore area all the way down to just north of Jacksonville, Florida. We could see a couple isolated tornadoes, 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and maybe some small, very small hail. Flooding doesn't really start all the way up until day 4, which is Tuesday, March 4th. But we'll see two areas of slight risk, one ranging from central Arkansas all the way up to northern Alabama, and that does include western Tennessee and southeastern Missouri. And you'll see another slight risk ranging from far northeast Kansas into maybe southern and southeastern Iowa. But going into the day 5, it will quickly diminish, and we will see a marginal flood risk down there around the Los Angeles areas, but also in parts of Pennsylvania, southeast New York, and that does continue off to the northeast into Maine, and probably even far southeastern Canada up there. Anyways, that is about it for this forecast. I will make a couple updated forecasts in the next few days, especially, and if we do see the potential for violent tornadoes on the Monday day 2 forecast, I will make an emergency update on that. I'll probably go live, and but until then, talk to you guys later. Stay very weather aware